In this video, I'm going to share with you how I think about setting product margins and give you the exact numbers you should be aiming for. Because if you set them right and price your product correctly, you'll have the greatest chance to build a profitable business that won't need any investors or loans, and best of all, will generate enough cash to not only fund the growth of your business, you'll actually be able to pay yourself a decent salary. Setting product margin correctly can be the difference between success and failure. You need to get this right. If you're new to my channel, my name is Spencer. I co-founded Solo Stove, a company that started in a garage and is now a public company valued over $1 billion. I have nothing to sell you. I make these videos just to share what I've learned about e-commerce and entrepreneurship over the past decade. If this is something you're interested in, tap that subscribe button and the notification bell. Now let's get to the video. Before I tell you the exact numbers you need to know to set your product margin, you need to know why these numbers are so important. Because setting the right margins and making the right amount of profit isn't something that's just nice to get right. It's absolutely critical you get right. I'm gonna quickly tell you 3 reasons why you need the margins I'm about to tell you. Reason number 1, you need killer margins because you're not a huge company and you have limitations when it comes to running your business. You might even have a day job like I did. You most likely don't have a large team. For years, the companies I started didn't have any employees. So my business partner and I did everything from product development to working with suppliers to marketing, fulfilling orders, and customer service. I'm guessing you're in the same boat. So having the right profit margins can make operating a business possible because a business that sells less products is just easier to run than one that sells a lot of products. Low volume but high margin is what you should be aiming for, not the opposite. You want to be a high-end jewelry store, not Walmart. It makes everything I just mentioned more manageable. You have more time to develop products because you spend less time dealing with suppliers on reorders, botched product runs, and logistics. You have more time to work on marketing because you're spending less time boxing and shipping products, fulfilling orders, and dealing with customer service. Think of it this way. Which business do you think would be easier to run? A business that buys one diamond ring and within 1 month sells it to one customer for $100,000 in profit, or a business that buys 20,000 baseball caps and within 1 month makes 20,000 sales to 20,000 different people and makes $5 of profit on each sale. $100,000 of profit. The amount of profit in dollars is the same in both scenarios, but a business that only needs to sell one diamond ring is obviously much easier to operate than a business that has to make 20,000 sales for the same amount of profit. High profit margins and lower sales volumes help simplify the operations of your business as you start out. It gives you a chance to learn how to operate efficiently early on so that as you grow sales, you can scale operations successfully. How high do margins need to be? I'm getting to it. Hang on, because before I tell you, you need to know reason number 2. And this is a simple to understand but extremely powerful principle that is often overlooked. The principle is, whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer will be the company that wins. The reason this can seem counterintuitive is that you and I are used to being consumers. You probably buy more things than you sell, so you naturally think that a good low price is important, and it's a low price that attracts you as a customer. So when you go to sell something, you default to thinking that you should sell your products at a low price because that's what you believe customers want. This is the wrong way to think about profit margins, especially with an online store. You may have heard the phrase customer acquisition cost. Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank often asks entrepreneurs the question, what's your customer acquisition cost? And it's a good one because when you sell product online, getting people to see your product and visit your online store is difficult and costs a lot of money. It's just the way the internet works. If you were selling popsicles on the corner of a busy intersection in front of a park and your competitor selling the same popsicles was set up right next to you, price would definitely matter. The difference between this example and the internet is the busy intersection. There's no busy intersection online. It's up to you to drive traffic to your online store, and this costs a lot of money. How much money? Well, that depends on a lot of factors, but without diving into all the details, just know that it's expensive to drive traffic and acquire customers. So doesn't it make sense that having more money to use to drive traffic and acquire customers is the best situation to be in? And that if your margins are too low and you don't profit enough dollars from each sale to allow you to acquire the next customer, isn't it clear that you'll eventually run out of money and be dead in the water? I can't stress this point enough. Setting profit margins correctly gives you the ammo you need to have a fighting chance to win the battle. You need money for marketing, for paid ads, branding efforts, content creation and distribution. You need money to acquire customers, and the more money you have, the better. I'm almost ready to tell you the numbers, but before I do, here's the last reason why you need high margins. I believe that high margins are absolutely necessary. If you buy into this thinking, then high margins will protect you from yourself. Here's how. If you sold a hammer for $500 when the average hammer at Home Depot or online costs $15, you just won't sell much. Because the other part of the equation, in order to demand high margins, is selling a product that is special and unique, that not only works well, but is different in some meaningful way. It could be different in function, style, material, mission, application, target audience, brand, but it has to be different. And if it's not different enough, the market will tell you, and demanding high margins will be next to impossible. So how does this protect you? It keeps you from wasting time trying to build a company around a product that just isn't good enough. If the product stinks, you won't sell any at the margins you need to build a company. High margins act as a check and balance. If you have a bad product, you'll know it. And that's when you stop investing time and money. You push that eject button and you get out. This has saved me from trying to build businesses around low margin products, because if all you can do is try to lower your price to make a sale, you're done. Just stop. Learn from your mistakes, make changes, work on your product, and start again. In my humble opinion, high margins are non-negotiable and will be the clear indicator telling you if you're wasting your time and money on a business that doesn't stand a chance. So what margin should you aim for? Here it is. Aim for 70 to 90% gross profit margins. Just to be clear, setting a 90% profit margin means that if you sell a product for $100, your landed cost should be $10. And setting a 70% profit margin means that if you sell your product for $100, your landed cost is $30. This range is what I would consider to be good enough to give you a fighting chance to be able to grow a company organically without lots of money, loans, or investors. The closer you get to 90% gross profit margins, the better the chance you have to win. Aim high. Growing Solo Stove with $15,000 of our savings into a 9-figure business with no loans, debt, or investors was no easy feat. A lot of things have to go right, but it's fair to say that without high margins, we would have never been able to achieve this. And Solo Stove is now a public company under Solo Brands and is valued over $1 billion. And if you want a shot to do the same, watch this video here or click on this video here to learn how you can design your own unique product. Head to one of those now and I'll see you there. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.